What would you do with $500,000 saved for down payment but no house to buy? I live in HCOL area. On a stable rent place $3,000, which has been more than good enough for my family of 4 with 2 young kids. My wife and I always wanted to one day buy a house. So we've been saving aggressively and with a mix of luck in stock investment. We have built about $500,000 of cash that we can put as a down payment. From 2020, we had been making offers on houses around 1.2-1.4 M, more than 10 offers, only to be beaten by cash offers over 100-200K asking every single time. So for our mental health, yes, it was driving us crazy. I just parked that money in a high-yield savings account and have just passively monitoring houses on Redfin. If you were in my situation, would you consider re-entering this frenzy and start making offers again? Or for now just enjoy the relatively cheap rent and little interest you get from the savings? If you are in a state with high state income taxes, CA, NY, etc., you should park that money in 3 or 6 month U.S. Treasury bills instead of a HYSA. They are yielding 5.5 right now and they are state tax free. If you buy them through a brokerage, they are also extremely liquid. I use Fidelity and can sell mine during normal trading hours basically instantaneously. If your rent is that affordable, then there's no real hurry to buy. Just keep saving. Eventually your savings will get large enough to buy. Would you consider moving to a different state? There are many states you could get a very nice house in a safe area with what you've saved as your down payment. You could buy a home outright with that much. Similar situation as you. HCOL. 3K rent. 500K or so in T-bills. But considering whether to sit out or buy a starter TH 750K or starter SFH 950K with high down payment to keep monthly costs at similar-ish level, but can't decide. I'd golden visa it up and GTFO. What are you getting, like $1,700 a month in interest? I'd keep that rolling for now and keep saving money until the market dies down a bit. Keep saving until the market turns around. The worst possible thing you can do is to get involved in a bidding war at a time when prices have most likely peaked. I would do that latter. Your standards may need to be adjusted for what you can afford. There are likely a lot of potential homes that are available to purchase that are being ignored as below the standard you have set. If I was in a rent-stable place in a HCOL area, I would absolutely stay there, invest the cash, keep the savings rate and continue to invest it, and retire early with a golden visa while passing the rent-stabilized place down to my kids. Buy a cheaper house. If you've been shopping since 2020 and you haven't gotten an offer accepted, you and/or your agent is doing something wrong. If you're living in a HCOL area, you've likely seen homes appreciate substantially since the time that you have been shopping. Not to mention the difference in interest rates. You could have overpaid in 2020, 2021 or 2022 and still probably have been fine today. Yeah, cash is great. Sounds like your offers were not. Will probably get downvoted, but there's no reason that it should take that long to find a house if you're a serious buyer. Considering finding off-market properties and getting a great deal for your efforts. Spend the weekends driving around looking at homes that need a little work and write a letter to the owner saying you and your wife love the area and would love to make an offer. Follow up with a second letter monthly. You will get something eventually and it will be a screaming deal. In my area, you could buy my house and live comfortably, buy a vehicle for each one of your family members, and still have money to put in savings. Don't know where you live, but if it were me, I'd be looking for a house in the 500K price range versus 1.2 milliliters. I'd be able to be way more competitive being an all-cash buyer and wouldn't have a monthly payment other than re-taxes, thereby saving on the $3,500 a month the 600K mortgage would cost, and also not having to pay $2 million over 30 years on a 6,700K loan. Getting rid of my mortgage was the best thing I ever did for quality of life, freedom, and my own sanity. Buy a nice fourplex all 2-bed 2-bath units around $2 million is standard in Long Beach, for example. Your family can live in 1 or 2 units, and you can use the rental income from the other units to qualify for the mortgage using a DSCR loan. Before you know it, you will have a paid-off $2 million asset thanks to tenants and retirement income via rent cash flow, as well as a place to live. By the time it's paid off, it'll be worth double and rents will have gone up too. You just solved retirement. Move to a place where you can buy a whole ass house for less than 500K so you have money for whatever. Move to less expensive state and pay cash for a home. Or just rent and forget it for now. I definitely wouldn't sit on the sidelines for your mental health. What makes you think the situation will change anytime soon? It sounds like you're trying to time the market. You need to adjust your price range and make sure to already account for the $200,000 over asking if you want the seller to accept your offer. You can easily get risk-free 5.5 return on that. Is it possible to stay long-term where you are? Better yet, do you want to? If you don't want to, explore options. Another possibility is investing in a different property. Maybe a second place you can take your family to and build memories there, with the possibility of using it as a second income. I'd move. My brand new home just cost me $500K, and I live between Denver and Boulder. It's super nice being here. If you are in a place like NYC, have you considered buying a second house upstate or in Connecticut? That way you'd have something all your own. A weekend getaway. Get an apartment building, hire a full-service property management company, sit back. Check out Ally Bank online. They have a no-penalty CD that would earn you 4.55 APY, and if opened jointly with your wife it would be FDIC insured for $500,000. Money is locked up for 6 days initially, then you can withdraw it without penalty when the right house comes along. If renting is cheaper, keep renting. Put the $500K into short-term treasuries and make 5 on your money until there's another reversion, where owning is cheaper than buying. You've got a safety net. Unless you need to get your kids into a school system or you truly need more space to leave a neighborhood, stay out and keep saving. If you need to buy, yes, but don't stretch in this market. Particularly in your purchasing bracket, buyers have largely evaporated. North of 1 meter there are deals to be had, especially in new construction. Don't just bid the axe. Bet it all on black. Move to a lower call area and pay $100 cash for a house outright. Save the rest of your income for retirement. Profit. FO. Rates are close to 8. In a few weeks there will be more inventory. Just hold a couple of weeks, more inventory is coming. If I had that much cash, I would buy a lot, have a house built. Powerball tickets. Lots and lots of Powerball tickets. Move further to the suburbs where the houses are less expensive. The schools are likely better. The quality of life is improved. And many, many more benefits. Yep, I might have a longer commute, but I can get more house for less money and build a better nest egg to retire on. If it is not possible to move out of state or to a more affordable area, then just keep doing what you are doing. Be patient. This bubble will soon pop. and you will have your chance to buy something nice and affordable.